Years ago when I started the hockey school, I came up with a sub-logo for Future Pro, and it was no rebounds. And unquestionably, you've probably seen those stickers around that I've put on kids' helmets. Now, the no rebounds logo is designed for a couple things. Number one, obviously marketing purposes, but number two, so that goalies have a visual reminder that they need to control rebounds. Because as I've told them over the years, your job's not to stop the puck, your job's to control the puck. And once you understand that, you can make great strides in your game. If you control a lot of pucks, you drive a Lamborghini. If you stop a lot of pucks, you're just going to be popular with your beer league teammates. So control is the key element if you want to become a great goaltender, regardless of the level you're playing at. Minor hockey, NHL, or even the beer leagues. Control is what you need to have to be an exceptional goaltender. Over the years, I've had a million parents come up to me and say, "Steve, they scored on the 5th rebound. My son's defense is just terrible. They're not clearing the pucks for him." And I'll say, you know what? Why is he giving out so many rebounds? Of course, there's going to be times where you give up rebounds. That's the nature of the game. You can't be perfect with your rebound control. But if you're giving up 4 or 5 rebounds and you're trusting your future to your defense to clear your rebounds, it's a risky gamble. I want you to take ownership for your own rebound control, and that's going to allow you to rise up the ranks of hockey. Too many goalies spend their time in the crease blaming people for factors that are in their control. So if you're always blaming your coach about playing against the wrong team, or you're blaming your defense for not clearing your rebounds or screening you, if you're always blaming other people, you're not going to be a successful athlete. And likely, in real life, you're not going to be a successful human being if you're blaming other people. Take ownership for your rebound control. I really want to drill down on the rebound control priorities so that we can understand rebound control in a very systematic way. Instead of just generically saying, you know what, Joey's really good at rebound control or Kevin's brutal at rebound control, I want to really get it into a very specific, detailed way to really quantify how well you control rebounds during a game. This is still used in the NHL today, and you can actually use this as well to help you decide if you're getting better at your rebound control or identifying if there's an area of weakness. If you'd like me to send you a rebound control spreadsheet that I've created, send me an email and I'll make sure you get it. It's great for kids in minor hockey, rec hockey players, professionals, college, junior players. It's a great tool so you can benchmark to see exactly where your rebound control is and see if there's some improvement there. And it really quantifies how well you're actually doing at controlling rebounds. There's a hierarchy of rebound control from number 1 all the way down to number 5. And as I say to the kids at the summer camps, number 1's great, all the way down number 5 is a poopy diaper. And it's a descending scale. You want to be wherever possible up near number 1. Number 1 in our hierarchy is possession, and that means you possess the puck after you stop it. That can take the form of a gut trap, a kipper catch, an active glove, a glove cradle, anything where once the puck hits you, it stays in you. It stays on your jersey, doesn't get out into danger. Now, for example, if you made a save and quickly smothered it on the ice before anybody else got it, that would also be considered a possession save. I'm going to let you in on a little earth-shattering secret. The other team can't score when you possess the puck. Weird. Now, back when Detroit Red Wings were winning Stanley Cups like crazy, you know what they were doing? They were winning face-offs at about a 75% clip. What does that got to do with being a goalie? It has everything to do with being a goalie. Because back in those Stanley Cup winning teams with the Red Wings, they always had the puck. They always had possession. So their greatest defense was puck possession. And in the NHL, college, and junior hockey today, it's all about possession. And so the number 1 thing you can do in our hierarchy is possess the puck where all possible. It's not always possible, but where it's possible, get possession. Number 2 in our hierarchy is putting the puck neatly to the corners. Now, quite often I'll talk to coaches and they'll say things, "My goalie's great at controlling rebounds. He puts every puck in the corner." It's a good rebound. It's not a great rebound. And here's why. When you deposit a puck in the corner, it sets up a one-on-one battle where your defense has to go there and get it, try to get out of the zone. It's temporarily safe. It allows your team to set up defensive zone coverage better, buys you some time. But in one-on-one battles, sometime you're going to lose those. So where possible, you get possession. If you can't get possession, you got to get it to the corners. Now, the location of the shot sometimes dictates whether you're able to get possession or not. Obviously, a shot up in your breadbasket is going to allow you to do a gut trap and get possession. Puck's flat on the ice, puck's 100 miles an hour, 4 inches off the ice, those aren't going to be possessed. Those have to go to the corner. So wherever possible, pucks that can't be possessed, get them to the corner. After rebound control, number 1, possession, and number 2, putting it to the corners, is my line of death, because all these rebounds, 3, 4, and 5, are ultimately going to end up in your net if you keep doing them. Your goal is to be a possession goalie or put it to the corner type of rebound control goalie. But here's number 3. It's the square rebound. And a square rebound is simply one where a guy shoots the puck from such a close distance, all you're trying to do is to close up and block it and fill that box. You're going to make the puck stay in front of you. Now, obviously, putting the puck straight out in front of you is ultimately going to end up in your net over time, but in certain situations where you're going to get overpowered, it buys you some time. So if you make that save on a backdoor play and you keep the puck in front of you, if he does whack it again, the one small saving grace is you're still facing the man, squared up to the man, so he's likely not going to be able to score that easily because you're still on the same angle. Now, of course, booting pucks out with purpose, intentionally out in front of you, is to be avoided. It should only ever be done in these emergency situations where you don't have time to react and where you can't get possession and when you can't get it to the corner. Number 3 is keeping it squarely in front of you. Number 4 in rebound control is what we would call a weak side rebound. And this is the death of the goaltender. We've all let out a million number 4 rebounds, and here's what it is in detail. A situation where you get overpowered or when a guy shoots a hard puck and you don't get possession, you don't get it to the corners, and you don't get it squarely in front of you, it hits off of you and lays off to the side, leaving the man a gaping open net. That little juicy, greasy rebound almost invariably gets batted into the net, and the face-off's going to be at center ice. So number 4 in our system is the dreaded weak side rebound, where you stop it but leave it off to the side of the net, leaving the man a gaping opening. And number 5 in our classification system, it's not even a rebound, it's a goal. So if a guy shoots the puck directly at you and he scores in the initial shot, there's no rebound, it's just a goal. That's number 5 in our system. In my career, I always struggled with rebound control in minor hockey and junior B and up through college, and finally started to get a handle on it as a pro and up to the NHL. But I remember in minor hockey, a funny story, a coach was all over me. I was letting out greasy rebounds, number 4s, number 3s. I was just a mess. And the coach came to me and said, "You gotta stop letting out so many rebounds." Screaming at me. Next stoppage of play, I'm back in the net. I let the next shot in on purpose. He's screaming at me, "What are you doing?" I said, "Coach, there's no rebound." Didn't play for another 3 weeks, so don't do that. We've all heard of the Y theory for stopping breakaways, where you challenge and you retreat and you slide on the Y. There's another theory that involves the letter of the alphabet. It's the letter L. Now, this is something I came up with to help you identify where the puck hits you, helps you dictate what type of rebound control is called for. If you look here in the picture, you can see the L goes through the goalie's knees at the bottom and up through his blocker side shoulder. Anything in the middle of the L should be possessed. Anything below the L should be put in the appropriate corner. So obviously on the blocker side low, that goes to the blocker side corner. Blocker side high outside the shoulder goes to the blocker side corner. And anything up in the middle of the L needs to be possessed. So keep this in your mind when you're facing a shot in practice. If it's within the L, it needs to be possessed. If it's outside the L, put it to the corner. That is my L theory. You know, your 2 biggest rebound control weapons are your trapper and your stick. And to really help you visualize how you should be using those, if you imagine you just had a tracksuit on the ice, your skates, and all you had was your stick and your glove, you'd make sure you either got your stick on it or your glove. And one side effect of having terrible equipment back in the day is we weren't going to let pucks hit us in the arms. We weren't going to let pucks hit us in the midsection. So we became very adept at cleanly catching pucks in the pocket or getting our stick on everything, flat ice shots or even paddle saves on elevated 16-inch pucks. I'm not suggesting we need to be that crazy nowadays, but just remember, your trapper and your stick are your 2 primary rebound control weapons. And we don't want pucks hitting us in the pads if it's flat on the ice. You need stick involvement. If there's no danger of a tip or deflection, get your stick on low shots, get your gloves on aerial shots. Your stick and your glove are your 2 best rebound control weapons.